So we are going to discuss the vector space.
Sir, you didn't take
So
my name, sir.
vector space is nothing but the space that is containing the vector. But to be a vector space, there are list of properties, okay, that need to be satisfied. So you know already what is the vectors, and so those things I am skipping. So you just go through this, okay. You are having the book, so you go through all these things. So what is the vector and all these things you know already. The vector is having magnitude, direction, and if you are multiplying in scalar, then it will be that you can add two vectors x plus y. You can multiply also some scalar k times into x, that also you can do. So this is one vector x, this is one vector y, then x plus y is nothing but your resultant vector. This is your x plus y, and if one vector is v is there, if I am multiplying k times, then it is what it is. So it is multiplying with k, so it is expanding, that is nothing but k. So k can be negative value also, then it will contract also. So those things you know already in standard 11, 12, those things you know already, that what is. So addition of two vector, so this thing you know already. So here so these are the properties actually we are going to elaborate. So here the two scalars, one is k is there, another l is there. So x, y, z are three vectors in the space Rn. Rn means n dimensional, okay. Rn means n dimensional, means n tuple, x1 x2 up to xn. Like 3D means, so R3 means it is three dimensional, okay. Three dimensional of real number. What is R2? R2 means two dimensional real number. Two dimensional real numbers. You know what are the real numbers, you know already, okay. So R3 is nothing but three dimensional real numbers. Similarly, Rn is nothing but n dimensional real number. What is that? N dimensional real numbers. Similarly, you can write C2, C3 also, two-dimensional complex number, three-dimensional complex number, n-dimensional complex number. So your number system two times, one is real, another is complex, okay. So you can write different ways. So now, so it is saying that if you are having three vectors in Rn, x, y, z, in Rn, Rn is the n-dimensional vector space, then these properties will hold. What is that? The first property is nothing but, this is called as the commutative property, then this is called as the associative, then this is called the additive identity. So commutative means if you are adding x plus y, that should be same as y plus x. Associative means if you are taking three vectors, if you are adding first two, then adding the last, or you are adding the first two, then you are adding the third one, then the result will be same. Additive identity is 0. If you are adding 0 with any vector, you will get the same vector. This is the fourth one is additive inverse. Additive inverse means x plus minus times x is nothing but the additive identity. Okay. K is the scalar. This is called distributive. Okay, so those things we are going to discuss one by one here. Okay, here is the, so this is the definition. A vector space is a non-empty set V of element. What is that? A vector space is a non-empty set V of elements called vectors, or you can call a vector space is a non-empty set of vectors. You know already what is the vectors, okay. So by taking the vectors, it will be vector space, but it should satisfy some properties, okay. So vector space is a non-empty set of vectors with two algebraic operations. Two algebraic operations is one is addition, another is multiplication, okay. That satisfy the following rules. What are those? So these are the rules. The first rule is, it is called the commutative in addition. If you are adding x plus y, it should be same as y plus x. If you are adding three vectors, then it should satisfy the associative. whether you are adding the second and third and you are adding with the first is same as adding the first two, then adding the third, which is same as if you are adding all three together. This is called the associative. Then the additive identity. 0 is the additive identity. So depending on the vector space, so in this, so there should be one 0 vector. So 0 should be there in every vector. So this is very important. Okay. Why it is important? To satisfy whether a set is a vector space or not, you just see whether 0 is there or not. Whether 0 is there or not. So if 0 is not there, directly you will say this is not a vector space. Getting or not? If they are asking you whether the set of vectors is a vector space or not. So you just see whether origin is there or not. Origin means 0 vector. Okay. So 0 vector should be there in every vector space, because that is nothing but the, what is called it is called as the additive identity. The 0 vector is nothing but the additive identity. That you know already. Okay. So the 0 vector is having the property x plus 0 is nothing but 0 plus x equal to x only. Okay. So if you are not in that set, if 0 is not there, directly you will say this is not a vector space. Okay. 0 should be there. Next property is that this is called additive inverse. So if x is one vector is there, then minus x should be there, such that their sum is nothing but additive identity. Sum is nothing but, so there should be one minus x. It is called as the negative of x. It is also called as the additive inverse. Okay. Similarly, you should have one scalar. That scalar is k, such that, because at the beginning it says that we should have some scalar k. So for any scalar k, if you are taking two vectors x and y, okay, if you are multiplying with that scalar, then it should satisfy kx plus ky. This is called distributive with respect to vector addition. Okay. Next, if you are having two scalars, here only one scalar. Okay. K times of x plus y are vectors. Okay. Here k and l in property 6. In property 6, here two scalars are there. Okay. Here you are having one scalar. Here one scalar, two vectors. One scalar, two vector. Which one? Property number 5. Only one scalar but two vectors are there. And here two scalars but one vector. Okay. So you may ask that this is the normal thing that we know that addition means it will automatically happen. If 2 times of x plus y, everyone knows that it is 2x plus 2y. Okay. Someone may say 2 plus 3 into x. Everyone knows that it is 2x plus 3x. What is so much big thing? But thing is that if these conditions are not satisfying somewhere, then it will not be a vector space. You know that in general it will happen, but some case it may not happen. So if not happening means we have to discard that this is not a vector space. Okay. So these are the basic properties you know, and the last property, similarly you can do the associativity with respect to the multiplication. So if you are having two scalars, that is nothing but kl, these are the two scalars are there, and if you are multiplying with x, then whether you are multiplying first l then k, or if you are multiplying those two then you are multiplying, does not matter, both are the same thing. Okay. And the last one is called as the multiplicative identity. What is that called? What is that? 1 into any vector is nothing but that vector itself. Okay. If you are multiplying 1 with any vector, that is called the multiplicative identity. So these are how many properties are there? Total 8 properties are there. Total 8 properties are there. So if these 8 properties are satisfied by any set, that set containing vectors will be a vector space. Okay or not? Any set V containing vectors, if it is satisfying these 8 properties, then V is said to be as vector space. Okay. Now, similarly, I said that complex number. Okay, so these are the things. For example, here one example is there. First one, what is that? It is saying that some examples of vector space. Okay. Now it is saying what is the? It is saying that for any two positive integers m and n, so m and n, small m and n are what? Are the integers. So small m and n belongs to Z. Z is nothing but the set of integers. Okay, you know. And the set capital M, m by n is nothing but, and it is containing all the real number. What is that? It is containing all the real number. This is nothing but the matrix. Matrix size is m by n. Matrix size is m by n. What is that? So this is nothing but, this m by n is nothing but size. That means m rows should be there and n columns should be there. Okay, na? The size should be m by n. Okay, and it should contain what? It should contain. It should contain the real numbers. It should contain the real numbers. It should contain the real numbers. So all the elements are nothing but the real numbers. Okay, that is why it can be written as in this format. So this is the matrix, m by n size matrix containing all the real numbers, and your now okay, so now you tell me, you have to satisfy all the 8 properties. What do you have to do? You have to satisfy all the 8 properties to make it as a vector space. To make it as a vector space, which one? The matrix containing all the m by n size m by n. So this set is containing, let me say, so this set is containing how many matrices? Can you tell me? This set, which one? This one. This set contains how many matrices? The set M size m by n of real number is containing how many matrices?
Infinite.
Infinite number of matrices of size m by n. Okay. So all the, for example, this is 3 by 2 of real number. That means the row, you are having 3 rows and 2 columns. Let 1, 2, 3. No, let 2, 3, 4. Let 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 2 columns should be there. Na? Sorry. 3 row, 2 columns. Okay. So this is how many? 3 rows there, 2 columns there. So like that, how many matrices you can have? You can have infinite number of matrices. So this is the set containing infinite number of matrices of size 3 by 2 of real numbers. Okay. Now to be a vector space, we have to satisfy these properties. What is the first property? First property is that if you are having, what is the first property? First property that if x is one element of that set, y is one element of the set, then their addition are commutative. So you set x as one element. What is x? You take a11, a12, then a21, a22, then a31, a32. This is 3 by 2 matrix or not? Or m by n? Similarly, so why I wrote there, okay, so instead of that, okay, so I took some 3 by 2, just I am taking one example. Similarly for m by n also you can write, okay, m by n means you have to write a21, similarly a m1, so m rows and n columns, so n columns means a1n and here a2n and here amn, okay, like that you can write. So here I wrote for 3 by 2, similarly you can derive for m by n. Now x is one element, y is another element, b11, b12, b21, b22 and b31, b32. So if you are adding x plus y, whatever you are getting, y plus x, you will get same thing or not? If x plus y you are adding, what you will get? You will get a11 plus b11, a12 plus b12, then a21 plus b21, a22 plus b22, then a31 plus b31, similarly a32 plus b32. Similarly, if you are adding y plus x, you will get the same thing. Getting or not? So the first property is satisfied. Okay or not? Okay or not? Similarly,
Yes, sir.
you can satisfy the second property also. You take 3 elements. One is x, one other is y, another z. You take some c11, c2, anything. Okay. Similarly, whether zero vector is there or not? Zero vector is there or not? Hello, zero vector is there or not? Zero vector means how you can write zero vector? You can write 3 by 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It is there or not? Yes, it is there,
Yes,
because
sir.
M3 by 2 is containing all the vector. So this also will belongs to 3 by 2. Okay. So 0 vector is there, such that if you are adding x plus 0 is nothing but your x, that is nothing but 0 plus x. Okay. Now whether the third property is satisfied, so you have to derive 1, 1, 1. Okay. Each property you have to show. Then fourth one, whether you are having minus x or not. What is fourth property? See, what is fourth property? Fourth property is if x is there, minus x should be there, such that their sum is nothing but your zero vector. So if x is there, what is minus x? Minus x is
minus a11 minus a12.
exactly minus a21 minus a22 minus a31 minus a32. So it is there in this set or not? What is that set?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because this is containing all the vectors, all the matrices of 3 by 2 size of real number. So this will also belongs to M3 by 2. Okay. So and their sum is equal to, you are getting the zero vector or not? Yes, you are getting. So that implies minus x is also there. So this property is satisfying. Then the fifth one. Fifth one is you take one x, another you take another matrix y, and you multiply some constant k, and you check, you will get the same thing. So these are the very elementary things. All the properties will satisfy. Okay. All the properties will satisfy. That implies. So I am skipping these things. Just check, you can check it very easily. Okay. So it is not that much difficult. And if you need solution, I am having the solution also. I will upload otherwise. Okay. So it is very easy, not at all difficult. Okay. The first one is one example of vector space. Then the second one is A is m by n matrix. Which one? So this is the first example. Okay. It is saying that A is the let me see 1 second. Okay, it is saying that A is one m by n matrices, then it is easy to show the set of solution of the homogeneous system x equal to 0 under the sum and scalar multiplication of matrix. Okay, so it is saying that set of solutions of the, okay, so it is saying that set of solutions of Ax equal to 0 is a vector space. So if A is one matrix, okay, if A is one matrix and your Ax equal to 0 vector, okay, and the set of solution of the homogeneous system is a vector space under the sum and scalar multiplication of matrices. So here the solution Ax equal to 0, that means the set of solutions here, it is easy to show that the set of solutions of the homogeneity is a vector space under the, okay, so the solution also the set of solution of this homogeneous system will be a vector space. That means the solution also will lie in that vector space of m by n matrix. Okay, the solution also will be a vector and it will also belongs to the m by n matrices. Similarly, you are having what is that, some function. So if you are having f1 function, g is one function, a plus g, if it is defined by this, then it is also going to a vector space. We'll see some counter example. There actually you will find the fault. Where is the fault is there? Let me show you one example, then only you will understand. 1 second. Okay, so here I think in that there is one problem, 3.1. Okay, here is the example. Okay, this one. This one, what it is saying? It is saying that let V is the set of all pairs x and y of real numbers. Suppose that an addition and scalar multiplication of pairs are defined by. So here it is saying that, so the pair of or real number. So what does it mean? It means that it belongs to two-dimensional real number, that is nothing but R2. That is nothing but R2. So R2 is nothing but all the two-dimensional real number. Okay or not? Let's V is a set. So we have not declared that V is a vector space. That we need to prove. So V is a set. V is a set containing all the vectors of R2. Okay or not? R2 is nothing but two-dimensional real number. I mentioned that two-dimensional real numbers. What are those? Two-dimensional real numbers. What are those? Like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, or 1, 5, 1, 7. How many numbers are there in R2? Thousands, infinite number are there. Is it okay or not? Understood or not? So V is a set is nothing but V is a set of R2. Okay, R2 is nothing but two-dimensional real number. Suppose that addition and multiplication is defined by, in general what we used to write, in general we used to write x, let xy is a one vector and another is uv one vector. If you are adding, then what you will get? You will get x plus u and y plus v. Okay, in general this is what, because if you are adding 1, 2 and 3, 4, then what will happen? It will become 1 plus 3, 2 plus 4. Okay, in general this will happen, that we used to do in addition, but here they have defined in other way. You cannot write that we used to do usually. Okay, here it is defined in different way. What it is defined? It is defined in this way. It is saying that if xy one vector is there, another vector uv is there. Okay, so this is belongs to R2, this is also belongs to R2, no issue. Okay, if you are adding, then you should have x plus 2u and y plus 2v. Okay, for example, if you are adding 1, 2 and 3, 4, then you should have 1 plus 2 times of 3, then 2 plus 2 times of 4. Okay, it has been defined like this. We have to check whether it is a vector space or not. So to find whether it is a vector space or not, then you have to see the counter example. You have to see the counter example. 1 second, just a second. And also it has been defined as, what is that? It is defined as the multiplication with any scalar. So we know that k times of x and y equal to that k times of x into k times of y. That we used to do, but here it is also defined in the same way. So it is defined that some 2 times of 1 2, so this is nothing but in at 2, and 2 is a scalar. If I multiply, this will be 2 into 1, then 2 into 2. Okay, this way it is defined. Okay, now we have to see whether it is a vector space or not. So vector space or not means we have to see any counter examples. Counter examples means we are having the 8 properties we know already. We are having the 8 properties. Where those? So these 8 properties. So to be a vector space means we need to satisfy all these 8 properties. All these 8 properties. These 8 properties we need to satisfy. Then only it can be a vector space or not. Then only it can be vector space. So now you see from this example, one second. Okay. Now you see from this example. So can you find any fault? Can you find any fault there in this example? Can you find any fault? Because to be a vector space means we need to satisfy all the 8 properties. See, to be a vector space, we need to satisfy all the 8 properties. See,
So
to be a vector, one second. So to be a vector space, we need to satisfy all the 8 properties. Okay. But if we need to prove this is not a vector space, then we need to find only one fault. We need to find at least one fault. Understanding or not? At least one fault means we need to show at least one property is not satisfied. At least any one property is not satisfied, then we will say that this is not a vector space. To make a vector space, we need to satisfy all the 8 properties. Okay, but to make not a vector space, we need to find at least one fault. Getting it now? So to prove it is not a vector space is more easier than proving it is a vector space. To prove it is not a vector space is much easier than to prove it is a vector space. Because if you need to prove not a vector space, you just find only at least one property which is not satisfied. Only one property, you just find at only one property. But to make it a vector space, you have to prove all the 8 properties. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
So when a problem is given, whether it is a vector space or not, then you check whether any fault is there. So if you are able to get any fault means you will show that this is not a vector space. So here it is saying that, so if whether the set V containing all these things is a vector space or not, justify your answer. So justify means you have to show one fault, one counter example you have to show. So
Yes.
now you see from this, without doing any calculation, we will not do any calculation, we will just see from this expression whether there is any fault is there. See, now you see how the fault is there. You just what is that? Explain yourself. See here. In general, what it should be? In general, what it should be?
Sir, it should be x plus u, y plus v.
Y plus b. So that means it is not looking similar way. Okay, so it is looking little bit different. The way they have given the expression, it is deviating from what it should happen. But still, whether they have given it's okay. Now you see, where is the fault? So by looking, you can see the okay, the expression is given little bit different, but still it can satisfy, na? But where is the fault? Where is the fault means you need to justify. See, this is one vector or not? So this is one element of the set or not? This is
Yes.
another set of element is there. If you are adding, so if you are taking this as some let x and this is some y, so x plus y addition should be same as y plus y plus x or not?
Yes,
Addition
sir.
of x plus y should be same as addition of y plus x or not? It should be same. Okay, so actually xy is there, so for that you might get confused. So let me change it. So let me change it. I'll change it. Let this is one vector v1. This is another vector v2. So v1 plus v2 sum should be same as v2 plus v1 or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It should same. But if you're adding v1 and v2, you are going to get this one. But if you're adding v2 plus v1 means you're first writing ub, then you're writing xy. Then what it is going to be?
So
It is going to be
u plus 2x,
u plus 2x,
v plus
then
2y.
v plus 2y. So whether these expressions are exactly same?
No, sir.
No, it cannot be same. Then give one example. You take x, what is that? You take xy and uv and you show these two expressions are different. What is that example? You just take any random example. You take.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, obviously you take this way. So x you take as 1 and you take y as some 2 and u as some 3 and v as some 4. Okay, no issue. Do not take multiple. Multiple means it may be same. Do not directly take 1, 2 and like 2, 4, something like that. Do not take. Just take any random. Now you see, if you are adding 1, 2 plus 3, 4, what it is going to be? It is going to be 1 plus 1 plus
6.
1 plus 6 and
2 plus 8.
2
2 plus 8.
plus 8, and this is nothing but your 7, 10.
10. Yes.
And if you are adding 3, 4 plus 1, 2, what it is going to be? It is going to
3
be
plus 3 plus 2,
3 plus 2,
4 plus 4.
4 plus 4.
4 plus 4. And what is that? This is
5, 8.
5. So whether 7, 10, 5, 10 same?
Sir.
No, it
No,
is
sir.
not same. So that means they are not going to be same. Getting or not? So that means x, y. Otherwise, you can write this as some some v1, v2. Okay. So that means v1 plus v2 is not equal to v2 plus v1. So which property it is not satisfying?
The commutative property.
It is not satisfying
Commutative
the commutative property. The property 1 itself, it is not satisfying. The first property itself, it is not satisfying. So forget about all the other thing. So it is not satisfying the first property. It is not satisfying the first property. So here you see, if you are adding two vectors x plus y, it should be same as y plus x. But it is not satisfying. Then why we need for other property? We don't need to satisfy other property. Getting or not? So that means it is not a vector space. Okay. If I am changing it to this one, if I am changing this to this one, if I am changing this to x plus u and y plus b, okay, and this one if I am writing k times of x, y. Now you tell me. Whether it is going to be a vector space. See, when you are multiplying k times with xy, it should be kx, ky. Now I have written kxy. You just find counter example.
Yes, sir. It won't satisfy.
Can you give me counter example? Can you give me counter example?
So you take xy as 1, 2 and k as 3.
K as 3 and xy 1, 2. Then what will happen? We need to satisfy the property. Okay, I'll show you some example related that. Just wait. Let me see. Okay, so there is another example. Let me show you 1 second. I am searching for the counter example. Just a second. Okay, there are so many things there, but we have to discuss the subspace. Then only we'll get some counter examples. Okay, we are going to discuss the subspace in next class. Then only we'll have so many counter examples. Okay, I'll show you some counter examples in next class. Huh? We need to discuss the subspace. Then only. Okay, no need to worry. We'll discuss in next class. So. 1 second. Because the problem that were given, that were given in terms of subspace. I am not derived. So, okay, we'll see next class so many counter examples. So find it.
Sir, my
Definitely.
attendance is left.
Yeah. Sorry.
My attendance is left, sir.
Yeah. 1 second.